So welcome to Metatron Light Aspects United. Today we have a new member to the group, Ismael. Thank you, Ismael, for being here and joining with us. We also have Miguel and Susan, our usuals as well. So what I'm going to do is obviously allow Ismael to share his story with us today. So Ismael, how did you become aware that you were Metatron?
Well, thank you. The way I learned about Metatron was whilst I was attending to my training in Angelic Reiki. I was I met this lovely lady who is sight impaired, and then we felt our energies in the room straight away. We were like 20 people from all over the world. And then our first training, like saying practice with the energies, was with this lady. And so she called on me, say, Ismael, are you there? I would like to do the practice with you. And then, yeah, I went to her and I placed my hands on her shoulders, and not touching, but like from some distance. And then she had a beautiful experience that she didn't mention anything about it. And then we turned. So I was the receptor and she was the healer. She did the same on me. And then we finished. We go to our chairs, like it was like in a form of a U. And then the teacher, Christine Kaur, she asked the group, how was your experiences for the first time? And then Marianne, she said, I had a vision with a big egg, like a planet, blue, with many lights coming out like windows, light from windows, and the lights were like healing the planet Earth. And then I was so shocked because I had the same vision, and so that was the first time that I say, well, how this is happening, no? And within my vision, I ask, what is this? What is this that I'm seeing? And there was a voice, like an inner voice, saying, the Metatron egg. So from that moment, I became aware that Metatron has a lot to do with my mission. And only recently, I received the confirmation from a channeler who told me that I'm an aspect of Metatron as well as Azrael. And then, yes, it's very recent that I became more and more aware that it's actually, oh my God, it's actually me. It's actually a fractal of me that I thought that in the beginning was more like a vision and something there helping me. So yes, that was like
amazing. That's fantastic. It's great. Wow, a blue Metatronic egg.
Yeah, huge, even bigger than planet Earth.
Really? Wow.
And it was like a satellite, like the moon.
Yeah.
But a huge egg.
Wow.
Blue, and it had like this hexagonal windows.
Yes.
With the light, and all the light coming out from the egg was directed to planet Earth.
Wow.
And obviously it felt like home. It felt home and loving the planet.
Yeah.
It felt perfect.
Did the egg feel like home to you? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Is there something inside of it besides the light, obviously? Is there something inside of that egg?
My feeling is source. The feeling was like the egg holding source, no? Like the shell But obviously those windows were creating like like let's say like a pressure cooker, like all the light from God couldn't be contained, and it was projected to the planet Earth.
I love that.
I took that like more like a symbolic inner thing with myself, like almost like like a totem, saying like I had that always present with me in everything I do, and that's how I became more aware. And then when I got the confirmation, I was like, oh my God, it makes perfect sense now. It wasn't only a totem.
I love it. That's amazing. That's fantastic. It just goes to show how many different ways Source can present, itself in so many different aspects as well. It's brilliant. I love it. And like, check you out, flipping out, Metatron, as well as Azrael as well. Did you say? Is that right?
Azrael.
Oh my God, the angel of death. Really?
Yeah, the angel of death, transmutation.
Okay, we're ending this now. That's it. All right. I don't want to be
enough. Otherwise, we are going to take time.
I'm not crossing over just yet. I still got a bit of time. Sorry.
The only reason why I was saying these other things is because people get from that archangel, like it's only there for death and is for any situation when we are going through something and it's difficult to us. It's not only the transition from this life to the other. And little by little, I feel that is my part to tell to the world that there is another archangel there for those moments that you are struggling. It's not only for that moment when you leave this body, it's also for any moment, for something that you are at work and you are struggling with, any situation of a struggle. He helps you to transmute and transform that.
Beautiful. I love that. You're absolutely right. I mean, Azrael does do that, and I see Azrael as transitions. But I kind of feel like a lot of angels do this, don't they? I know Michael's done it before. Yeah. I know Gabriel's done it before. Like people that need to cross over, or they all have these amazing abilities, and I think that's kind of what we're here to do, aren't we? It's like we're here to break down those belief systems, aren't they? What we feel the angelics are. And almost like give them a new kind of like perspective of what they really, really are, and actually. They pretty much do the same.
Everything, no?
Yeah, they do all of it, don't they? It's not just one specific thing, is it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's very good that you pointed that, because it's true. We need to break the old versions or illusions that we have created and to acknowledge that they are all there to help us in every way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. That's amazing. Yes. And we need to do that as well. It's so important, isn't it? Because sometimes we can be really stuck, can't we? Well, we need to call on a certain angelic. Let's call on Michael because I need some courage and bravery. Well, they all do that. It's not just one. You can
I don't remember the archangel for the pain in my elbow. Oh my God. And that's why I don't ask for help, because I cannot remember his name. That happens. It's like I've seen people doing that, like not knowing or checking in the internet. Oh my God, I really need to find the appropriate angel for this.
Yeah.
But that's why I love that you say that, because all of them, they do anything you ask for. Yes.
Yeah, they do it all, don't they? Yeah. It's very prescriptive, like you say. So yeah, it's definitely not a good thing. So the next one is, what aspects of Metatron do you resonate with?
You mean in what dimension?
No, as in like, Metatron has many, many aspects to himself. And so, with me, it's definitely the vibration and the heart that comes from him. So what aspects, do you feel you resonate the most with?
I feel the aspect of bringing to Earth equality.
Oh wow!
Equality.
I love that.
Equality, balance, transitioning of the ego.
Yeah.
I always bring to my group that messages that we are here all teaching each other. I'm not the teacher. We are all here. We all have a part to do, a role to do. And only myself as a, let's say, like the host of the group, I am nothing. Well, I'm Ismael, I'm not nothing. But when you are with me, mm-hmm. we become what we are meant to become in every gathering. And so that's what I feel more than anything else, because I was raised in two religions, the Christian and the Muslim religion. Yeah. And there were always separation from my mother's side, separation mm-hmm. from my dad's side, separation between religion themselves, yeah. always separation. That was like, to me, like, in bracket, so wrong. Nothing is wrong, but it was obviously telling me that what I was going to do afterwards, just to stimulate a little bit. You will be doing that afterward. You will be uniting people to allow them, or to help them understand that there is nobody more than any other, or yeah. less than anybody else.
Yes, you're talking about vibration, aren't you, Ishmael? That's what you're talking about. That one source of vibration. That's all
exactly.
It does.
Exactly. Yeah. That egg is not only the Metatron egg at the end of the day, it's everything. Yeah. And that's my constant feeling in my life. It's like, why are you fighting? Or what are you fighting for? When we have to cooperate and help each other. We have to, instead of doing this, we need to come together and start doing things here. That's yeah. how I feel.
I think that's beautiful. I think you're right. I think, when we look at religion and we look at, where that is in different parts of the world, there's so much separation there, isn't there? Our religion divides us, and then obviously, the color of our skin divides us, and then our sex divides us, and and the whole point of all of this is to let go of all those separateness, all those differences, and come together as one. And one of the things that we have, regardless of where you come from and what religion and gender and all of that, is vibration.
Exactly.
It unifies us all, doesn't it? It doesn't
exactly.
matter whether you're, whether you're what color skin, what religion you practice, what you eat, what you don't eat. It's irrelevant. The vibration connects us all. That one consciousness connects us all. So I love that. It's wonderful. Bringing together. Beautiful, beautiful. So my next question with you is, what do you feel your mission here is on planet Earth?
In a way, in the way I'm transmitting this is through my groups, my light languages groups. Mm-hmm. And I also do a lot of work with Metatron during my hypnosis sessions. It's like, well, to me, it doesn't sound anymore like a hypnosis session. For me, it's like opening a portal yeah. where I can meet with the angels, archangels, and all the angelic realm, and I start asking the higher self of that person to bring them forth, and then they start coming like like lights all around the room, and it's just magic. It's just beautiful. It's so I do a lot of work in anything that any person needs. If it's to heal something organically, we heal that organically. If it's an implant, we remove implants. Anything that people request. So my mission is like an endless mission. That sense of everything is possible, and it feels that it will never end. There is always something else to do. There is more demand or request from people that they are in needs, and it's just amazing. It's just a privilege, really, to be able to serve and to be there.
That's beautiful, Ishmael. That's beautiful. Do you find that your mission changes as you go forward?
It keeps expanding. Yeah, it keeps expanding because the light languages got activated, and so in that aspect, I'm doing something. In the section of hypnosis, I'm doing all of this. Then now I'm starting to channel. At the moment, Archangel Azrael. But the feeling is that gradually it's going to be more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be like an umbrella of so many things that I don't know. I'm going to have to request for more linear time here on Earth to complete everything. That's how it feels. Yes.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That makes perfect sense. That's great. It's interesting that like we've all got different, missions here, and we all carry, the Metatronic vibration as well, and how we are very much doing very much different things, but we're all coming together in this group and session and bringing it together as one. It's lovely. It's lovely. You know what I love? I love the different aspects, the variety of it. Isn't that amazing? Like no one vibration is doing similar things. We all seem to have our own gifts, and we're bringing those forward, and we're doing things in our own different ways as well, with the same vibration of Metatron. Isn't that cool?
It's
cool, right?
It's amazing.
Susan and Miguel, you've been very quiet. Is there anything you need to talk to Ismael about? Any questions you might have for him?
Oh, I wanted to hear the whole story. I mean, I have participated in the light language lessons of or sessions of Ismael.
Yeah.
And it's very amazing how he brought the unity part and then talked about the light language. That's why I didn't want to talk before. And I must say that light language that is creating an activation in the light body of everybody that is either attending those sessions or hearing those sessions later. It's creating already that much unity, because it's already kind of like releasing all this kind of set of programs, all this kind of set of emotions, all this kind of energetic blocks in a massive and mass way. And so I'm hearing him like it's endless, but I think he's gaining economies of scale, so he's be more potent while getting towards that unity. And for me to see it from as an observer, I must admit that he was fabulous, and so that's my take.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I attend Ismael's Thursday group as well when I can. It's in the middle of my workday, so I wasn't able to yesterday. But as much as I can, I'll attend. And it's just beautiful energy, connecting energy. I don't speak light language yet. It's been revealed at some point I supposedly will, but I have done a lot more channeling practice over the last 6 months. And it is, I have had more beings come to me as I practice more and more. So I think that is important, and it is connecting more through the heart. I mean, you set the intention for who you want to contact or connect with in your channeling practice, and you also close down the channel at the end. But it's focusing on your heart space when you're making that connection, and being open to the positive beings that come through. But it started with just a few beings, and as I've gone along, like more and more show up all the time. So you might find that as you continue to do your channeling practice, or I try to do it on a daily basis if I can. But it's been wonderful. It's kind of like a form of meditative practice, at least for me, to set aside that time and connect. But I have, like what you're saying, like I feel like my gifts are still expanding all the time. My spiritual awareness of those gifts continue to be revealed to me, and like galactic connections and things like that, and it's been an amazing journey, probably the last 8 to 10 months especially. It's been opening up more and more, and it's been beautiful connecting with other like-minded individuals around the world, like what we're doing, and connecting through unity, like what you're saying. And it's been a beautiful journey. and hopefully it will continue to be so.
That's beautiful.
There was also, Nilesh, one part as Ismael was talking about the surrendering of the ego. And I think that's very appropriate for the current moment, because at the end of the day, it's very easy to get trapped into labels, no matter what position in life you are at, be it spiritual or be it at a corporate or be it with your family, or and so I think that anything we can do to focus on what makes us equal, to appreciate in each person this divinity that is part of all of us, is gonna bring about the crumble of that otherwise difficult to surrender part of the human nature. And and so I found it very, very, very relevant in order to move forward with further drive and more inclusive way. You know, he mentioned also the fact that anytime, and this is very important, so anytime you are in a situation, and this goes beyond this call or beyond any other call that we're having in Zoom, anytime you're in a situation, and in that situation you're being placed with more people, no matter what kind of differences you may appreciate, there is a reason for that. If you can only welcome and accept that fact, you're gonna see that as you welcome everybody into that space, into that geographical time coincidental space, you will get to the best solution possible. So the best solution possible every time is put all together, whatever you are, and make sure you get the most out of it. And so I hope like this also can serve, like what Ismael was illustrating, for many others to understand that if you're in a call and there's somebody else, even if you know a little bit more about this, the other person would know a little bit more about this, and both together you make 1 + 1 not 2 but many times that number. So
I think that's I think that's perfect. You're right. I think we're working towards that. Definitely, the ego is a very difficult thing. It requires like significance and value, and unfortunately, like you mentioned, it's something that's been programmed in our human belief system for such a long time, and it's something that, you know, many are going through to release that. It does take a lot of effort. It does take a lot of work in order to release that. And you're right. And all of the languages we're learning, like the language we're learning about vibration. We're learning about our different aspects of ourselves. At one point, all of that won't matter because we will reach that one consciousness. And exactly as you said, Miguel, you know, we'll be working, you know, together as one rather than seeing the separateness. And the ego is very good at doing that. It's very good at separating people, for sure. So yeah, if we try and think in terms of vibration, then it works out pretty well. But it's a very difficult thing to do because for many, many centuries, human beings have been programmed. You know, we've been programmed, our family's been programmed, the children coming into the world, they're being programmed, and it's done through so many different ways. Television is one of the best ways. Our schooling system is another, and then also our parents reinforce it too. So, you know, it's like, well, no, you have to go and get an education. You know, you have to go and get your GCSEs. You have to go and get your degree. You know, why? Because you need to get a job, and when you get a job, then you can get money. Really, you have to get money, and then when you get money, you can buy yourself things like a house and a car, and you can support your family and help others out. You know, it's not just about you; it's also about others as well. You know, all of that belief system, you know, has been definitely drilled into us since we were children. So breaking that down is going to take some time, and I think the vibration on the planet as well, as it raises, as it is raising right now, well, it's going to bring all that out. It's going to bring it all forward. So yeah, that will be amazing when we get to that stage, but we are working towards that for sure.
And there's also one part of the ego that not often you hear about, which is that tells you you're less than others. Because people usually identify the ego as that tells that you're better than others.
Yeah.
So I would like for anybody that's listening to understand that part within you that is telling you you're less than others, that's also ego. And that's as important, if not more, to surrender than the other part. Because when you're seeing somebody talking about a certain topic, whatever it is, be it like you realize you are a Metatron fractal or whatever it is, the human nature tends to believe, oh, that person is so fortunate, I will never be that way. And it's very important to understand, this is only what you're seeing right now. You are equally capable. When it comes to spiritual possibilities, no matter at which point you are, we are all equally capable. Each has a certain gift that is individual and unique, and that's what makes it so beautiful. But in terms of spiritual capability, if you really seek, there's a universal law that says you will find. So never tell yourself, I will never do that. I will never be able to do that, because it's within our nature. It's within our nature if we definitely explore it. So, you know.
I agree. I agree with that statement totally. Yes. And light workers and light warriors are the worst for it. They always give so much more, and like you know, it takes so little in return. And that's another aspect that we're working on, isn't it? Like bringing forward the fact that, look, you know, it's okay to give, but you also need to be able to allow people to give you back. And, you know, as light workers, we're like, no, my job is just to give, you know, I don't want anything back. It's like, no, it's like reciprocal. This is, the vibration is reciprocal. It's not just one way, you know. And also, by you not allowing someone to give you something in return, you're depriving them of the same joy you feel when you are giving them something. So, you know, that's also something to bear in mind. A lot of people, a lot of light warriors out there don't, you know, they know this already, but by me saying those words, I'll be like, oh, really? Oh, I never thought of it like that. Yeah. So it might kind of help a few people in regards to that. Yes. I was told recently, very, very recently, in fact, a couple of days ago, that I need to learn light language. I was like, God damn it. Really?
I told you
I have to do light language.
I told you last week.
You did. You did. I was like, oh Lord. And I was saying to them, okay, why do I need to learn light language? And they're showing me this film in my head, you know, like why. I'm communicating with someone in light language, and they're saying to me, are you angelic or are you not? And I'm like, well, I am angelic. There is a fractal of me within my soul that's angelic. So are you saying yes or no? And I'm like saying, well, yes, technically yes, because, well, you know, then it's, as an angelic, it is expected of you to learn light language. So just learn
it. Exactly.
I'm like, oh, really? God damn it! I thought I got away with that one.
There is a very important reason of that as well. Is that light languages are received with the heart, like you say that you want to, where you feel Metatron is in the heart.
Yeah.
So light languages are there to, especially at these times of humanity and the history of humanity, to help humanity to activate the heart chakra and start processing things from the heart, because that's gonna be a much easier way than to deal straight away with all the ego in our mind. If we start activating the heart chakra, that will allow people to deal much better with everything that is in the roof here at the top. So I feel that it has a lot of correlation with learning light languages, and I feel that that's why they are telling you, because
you're right.
Because you love to vibrate Metatron with your heart, and that's gonna create a massive expansion in the ways of communicating to people things. Because as Miguel said yesterday in the light language group, when you speak English, when you speak Spanish, Italian, or any other language from the world, we tend to process everything with our mind straight away. It goes like straight away, like, oh, what is he saying? Oh, yeah. And then judgment comes straight away to play a part there. Judgment, programming, everything together like a huge cocktail. Whether when we are channeling the light languages, it goes, you cannot judge that. You don't have even a space to judge that. You can spend like a while saying, what does he mean with that? What's that? Why is he rambling? What's that about? But at some point you give up with that. You say, okay, I'm going to listen to it and see what happened. And then when people take the attitude of, okay, I'm going to listen to it, they start receiving, they start feeling things. And then magic start happening. And then they start realizing, oh my God, I had a vision. Oh my God, I'm feeling my guide. Oh my God. And because they are really powerful. They really get straight to your heart and ignite the spark within you to blossom. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely right, Ismael. You're spot on. I know I've got to do it. Well, God damn it, Ismael.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, I tell you. Don't worry.
You know, Ismael, a few weeks back, we were here in the group discussing about light language as a bridge to telepathy, right? I still have a little bit the feeling that it would go in that direction too. But the funny thing is that, so in a little bit with a certain lag, each of us, so Susan had already started. Then I got the guide, you get this book, and then you start showing up in the light language sessions. And of course I had no idea. And so, you know, and then was Nilesh, like now he's just saying, yeah. So that's the real funny part. But the other part is that what I'm seeing, and it's also in relation to unity, because people are thinking in unity only when not all, but obviously there's a lot of unity, inner dialogue about human race. And we're not talking unity about human race. We're talking unity about all consciousness beings, the ones that are in the 3D plane, the ones that are in the other planes. So when you're in a session of light language, and personally, I still have not spoken at least to others light language, you start seeing all these visions, you start getting all these energies, you start seeing all that unity along these so many realms. I mean, because obviously you have fairy light language, you have elemental light language, you have angelic light language, which is a very important part, but then you have also all the intergalactics, and they're all using that, to use Ismael word, portal, to come together. So it's not anything that you gotta have faith, because your heart understands. You don't need to go to a class. And that's a beautiful thing, because by the way, I never liked a lot to go to the classes at university. But your heart already understands. And that's the majestic thing about it, which I had, you know, I always said a bridge to telepathy, but I said it very, very, very cold. The reality is it's amazing that as a bridge also, because of all these kind of scenarios that it opens. And so, yeah, I would recommend only for anybody listening to just give it a try. I mean, they don't need to believe anything, of course, but their hearts would understand. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect, Miguel. Yes, you're right.
They also create, as you create that portal, like Miguel said. For example, yesterday at some point, we were having a dialogue with another member of the group. We were having a dialogue in light languages. So it's also a beautiful moment to step aside all your personality and just be your heart. And that's why magic happens, because you are essentially your heart with the other people there. And then you realize that all of a sudden you are talking from heart to another person. And that's so hard to do when you are having a normal conversation with someone, because there are always the boundaries from the mind. But over there was like, oh my God, I mean, I'm putting here my intention of love, and I'm just realizing that I'm having a conversation in a language that I don't even know which language is, but it feels great. And I'm talking to the heart. And this was with the background of drums. This was with the backgrounds of other light languages in the group and all together. And that's magnificent. I just feel that magnificent. And it's an opportunity to do what we are here to do, I believe, which is to to start uniting each other with the heart, and it's yes. So yeah, you're gonna love it, Nilesh. You're gonna be like, Ismael, I take that back. What I said the other day, I'm gonna love it.
Don't resist it, Nilesh. Don't resist it. We are watching over you.
Because it's going to make things. It's going to make things easier.
Yeah.
It's going to make things much easier because you vibrate with this, so you're gonna feel like maybe just with the light language transmission, you're going to transmit to that person something that you might have taken maybe half an hour to say that, and only with that, with feeling to feeling, it just get there. For example, yesterday we did. There was a member of the group who was feeling the karma from the ancestors, like it's a little bit stuck in the wall still. We are a little bit struggling with that density, and then we say, okay, let's set the intention to remove that karma, to release that karma. And honestly, sometimes when I do my meditation, I might take like 1 hour to do the whole thing. And yesterday, just like in 10 seconds, I could see, because we were doing it together, all the shadows around the planet were so quickly. And usually in my meditations, they go slowly and it takes like 1 hour or so. And yesterday was like in less than 10 seconds. And I was so shocked and surprised. And I say to all of the people in the group, this is how powerful this is. It's like when we get together, boom, things get done.
Yeah.
Straight away. And that's so beautiful, I think.
Perfect. I'm going to end our group on that. Thank you so much, Ismael, for being a part of this group and lending your vibration and energy to it. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm sure I'll learn light language. I've got 3 great teachers here who can teach me. So
no, I'm still learning. I've tried toning. I've heard that helps kind of lead to starting to speak. So I've been trying to practice toning.
You're still way ahead of me.
I need to work with like an aquamarine crystal on my throat chakra and work with my Native American spirit guide feather. I think Kathy Kelch had mentioned that at one of Ismael's sessions. So I've been trying to do that, but but I have some internal resistance too. I got to get over.
That's what I was just about to say. It's more than learning. It's more about releasing a certain bit that we have in our system somewhere that we don't know. It's about releasing that thing that is creating that resistance. We already know those languages from millions and billions and billions and billions of linear time years.
Or letting go of limiting beliefs that we're holding.
Or resistance, in my case.
Resistance. Anytime I feel resistance, I'm like, well, what is this? What's going on? And I try to identify what's causing that resistance. If it's some buried belief system that maybe I thought I dealt with that maybe I didn't fully deal with, and it comes to the surface, and to become more aware of it so I can let it go. But so I've been experiencing that more and more too. So I'll eventually get there. I'm assuming so.
I'm in great company, so it's going to be working
out.
And
following your inner knowing. I've been getting out of that ego voice in your head and connecting through the heart and follow. If your inner knowing says it's right, just go with it and don't let your ego talk you out of it. That's kind of been my journey the last, since like last summer is,
I'm going to try that season. I'm going to give it a go. Yeah. Thank you. It's good advice. Okay. So we'll see you again some point next week again. Thank you all for joining the group, and thank you for being a part of it. It's wonderful. It's great to have Ismael and like 4 of us now. It's amazing. Do you think we'll get to 1 million? Do you think we'll get to a minute? Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, take care.
All right.